What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with 420 Gamer TV, and this is Assassin's Creed Origins, and I am the Stoner Assassin. And in this one, we are going to be doing a video on relationship talk. And in this one, it will be a smoking video, just forewarning people. This one is going to be pretty much talking about how to deal with your ex, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? And for most people, I would say boyfriend and girlfriends, this does not apply. I mean, I guess it kind of could apply. But this advice I'm going to give you is to any and all married, ex-married, divorced, widowed, whatever, or not widowed, but anyone who's no longer with their spouse, but yet you had kids with the person, okay? Because that's the only time you're going to ever end up having to deal with your ex, except for a few other instances, which I'm also going to bring up in this as well. But, okay, to start it off, how to deal with your ex, okay? If you have one of those exes who's so flabbergastingly fucking annoying, and you probably know what I mean, okay? And what I mean is, every single time you say something or do something, they're pissed off, they're coming up with excuses, they're, just being stupid. In overall aspects of the fucking word. They're just being stupid. Well, okay. Here's an example, okay? If you're no longer with your husband or wife, or ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and, you're the one who has custody of the kids, or kid, and, you're now with a new guy or new girl, okay? But yet your ex is constantly giving you crap because you're with somebody and, they're around the kids, yada, 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 this, that, and the other, right? Well, they have the right to, be a little suspicious and, protective and whatnot. But I'll use myself as an example, okay? Right? I'm being completely, what's the word? Amicable. There it is. That's a perfect word. I mean, perfectly amicable with my ex. And, and what I mean is, I'm not being rude to her, I'm not cussing at her, I'm not yelling at her, I'm not saying anything in any other derogatory way towards her whatsoever. Even though she'll do and say some shit directly to me to try to get a rise out of me, which she has done. She has deliberately done things and said things to me and to my actual wife on purpose to make me mad. To try to get me to, say something or do something just so that she can try to use that against me in court. Well, forget that shit. That ain't gonna happen. I'm a lot fucking smarter than that shit. But, what she was doing is she pretty much being jealous of the fact that, my son's calling my new wife mom and all that stuff. But at the same instant, she chose to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, if you choose to leave your household, okay, whether you're getting along with your fucking ex or not, if you choose to leave your household and leave your kids, I don't give a fuck what you say. You are now an abandoned parent because you now left your fucking kids. Okay? Now, if you're still taking care of your kids, that takes out the abandonment issue, and you just left because you're tired of dealing with the fighting. That understandable, that very good to do. Now, if, you leave because you found a new girl or a guy to be with, which is what my ex did. She actually found a new guy, a new dick to fucking hop on, quite literally, and she chose that dude over even staying in the same state so she can at least see her son every day. And then soon after, probably about a month or two soon after she got down there, her and the dude broke up. And then she got with another dude. And her and that dude broke up. And then she got with another dude. Now her and this other dude are together still, but they just got together, so. And, that's the other thing. If your ex is sitting there demanding that you call, or you accept and you be okay with the fact that, your child call their spouse, whoever they're with, dad or mom, Well, the thing is, if they're not solidly gonna be there, and they keep fucking changing the boyfriend or girlfriend up, you as the person who plays staying with the same person, being stable. Okay, if you're the one being stable, don't listen to them. You can sit there and say, well, I'm the one stable, I'm the one doing this, and then list all the stuff that you're doing that they're not. Okay? Don't say it in any rude way. Don't cuss at them. Don't yell at them. Just simply say it. Just simply say it and make it aware that it's like, I don't care what you say, but I'm gonna do what I want to do, because the fact of the matter is, I'm a grown ass adult. I'm allowed to do what I want to do. And when you're an adult who chooses to leave your child, you have to deal with the adult consequences of that shit. Which generally is the fact that you no longer get to see or be around your kids as much. Now, see, another part that I've been amicable and peaceful with her is the fact that anytime she's actually wanted to call, and I do mean wanted to call, okay? See, she knows what times our son goes to sleep. She knows a whole lot of different stuff, okay? But that doesn't stop her from choosing not to interact with our child, because she doesn't. Which really irritates the living fuck out of me, too, at the same time, considering the fact that she's being very demanding of certain things. One thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I'm going to let you know this one. But, legally, if you don't take care of your children, now, I'm not sure about certain states. I know my state and the state she lives in. But, if you do not take care of your children in any way, shape, or fucking form, whether it be financially or physically or both, because they're physically there with you, much like my son, then whoever is raising the children don't have to let you have anything to do with them until you actually start. You physically start to actually do something. Meaning, which that also means that you start paying child support or sending money in some way, shape, or form to the parent who is raising the child. It don't matter how you feel about that person. You can hate their guts. You can hate them all you fucking want. Law states that if you want anything to do with your kids, you first have to prove the fact you want anything to do with your kids. Because one, it is just stupid to continuously give your ex what they want when they want it, even though you know for a fact they're not going to do that for you. Because she constantly, what my ex does is, she constantly thinks that I'm going to just drop everything I'm doing, drop all the plans I had of going down to the Philippines, spending some time with my wife, getting certain things situated for when she actually moves up here, and everything else. She thinks I'm going to stop those plans to take our son down to where we came from, our hometown or whatever, so that she can see him and interact. Yet, she calls very rarely, and when she does call, it's late at night when she knows he's asleep, or when she knows I'm going to sleep. So, I mean, that right there in of itself is pretty fucking ridiculous. Also, the fact of the matter is that, she not once, the entire time she's been gone, and she's been gone for about 10 months now. She's been gone since March 3rd at least. Not once has she sent anything to him for anything. She didn't send any money, to get clothes for school when he started school. She didn't send any money for anything. Not for his birthday. He didn't get anything for his birthday from her. She promised that she was going to do something, and then she went back on that, and pretty much I had to take my son out to go get him something for her. Because he was crying, and he was wondering why his mommy forgot him. That broke my heart. Like, it made me want to cry, because she hates me that much that she will forget her son. I don't care how she feels about me, because I have a woman who does love me. That's all I care about. And she loves my son just as much as I love my son. She calls my son her son. And in my opinion, he is her son. In my opinion, he's more her son than my ex's son, because she has more to do with him than my ex does. And, that's the thing about people. They think because they give birth to a child, they were the sperm donor or the motherfucking incubator. Okay? Incubator is for deadbeat fucking piece of shit moms, just to let you know if you're a little curious on why I said incubator. But if you're a sperm donor or an incubator, that don't make you a fucking parent. What makes you a parent is physically time the child needs it. Period. The child has to be able to rely on you. If the child can't rely on you, then you ain't worth it and you ain't a parent. And that's where I give props to all the stepmoms and stepdads who actually, are there, who do a better job than the physical mom or dad. And I actually want to say thank you to all you stepmoms and stepdads out there who actually are doing the job of a mom and dad. Like, put it this way, right now I want to kind of cry. I'm not going to lie. I kind of do want to cry because I keep thinking about the fact that, my son's mom is, like, I don't want to say that big of a, piece of shit, but, she just cares about herself so fucking much more than she does her own son. And I just don't understand that. I mean, I would literally give up eating just to make sure my son had food if I had to. I would do anything to make sure that my son had what he needed, no matter what. And with that thought process in my head, with her being a mom, it's like, how could she not think the same way? How could she not, want to do that? Now, I can tell you this much. I'm not going to lie. It is very fucking hard. It is very, 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 very hard to deal with an ex who is completely 100% selfish. You know what I mean? It is. But you can tolerate it and you can get past it. And if you can do that, it makes you a stronger person. It makes you a better person, too. If you're actually able to, deal with what's going on. If you're able to deal with what she or he is doing. If you're able to do that, you're one of the most strongest people in the world. Because you're not thinking about your own personal feelings. No. Actually, you're thinking about the feelings of the child that you're taking care of. You're thinking about how if you interacted with this person in such a way and they knew it, how would they feel about it? You know what I mean? Whoa, that was weird. Whoa, that was massively weird. But dealing with him, it just comes down to being patient, knowing your limits of dealing with them. And this is something I've done, on occasion. If you have to, ignore their message. If it's a message that you can ignore. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain messages you can't ignore. Because if you do, they'll be a fucking bitch or an asshole about it. But, it did fucking unmark what I fucking marked. I bet it did. But, just kind of try to make good judgment, I guess. That's the only thing I can really say, is make decently good judgment on, knowing what you should and should not respond to. Okay, because there's certain things that they'll probably write to you that they'll want to get a rise out of you. Okay? Like, here's something. Like, my wife, right? She up and started messaging my ex one day. And I wouldn't say up and started messaging her. It's more of, my ex added her as a friend or whatever, sent her a friend request. Okay? And then my wife, who's a very nice woman, very nice. She's very sweet. That's why I love her so damn much. And deal with her fucking attitude. But, freaking, she was actually being nice to her and talking to her, and she even told her that, like, reassuring to my ex that, she's gonna be a good mom. She's gonna treat Noah right. She's gonna be there for him, always, no matter what. Now, yes, did she say a few things in those that kind of, like, deemed like, she was stabbing at her a little bit, which I thought was hilarious. And this is exactly what she said, too. She's like, oh, don't worry, I'll be a good mom and wife to my son and to my husband. I won't ever leave them like you did. Like that last part, like you did. That's like, the whole entire sentence is a good sentence, awesome sentence, and then like you did. Just like completely made it's like, oh, and that made my ex go off. My ex was pissed. I found it funny, but at the same time, in my opinion, she couldn't be pissed because she did leave. She didn't just leave me, but she left my son. And that's the thing, you know. You can't sit there and, you know, call yourself a mom or a dad if you're not going to be there for your child. You have to fucking be there. Don't matter how lonely you are, it don't matter fucking any of that shit. I wanna know how I know that? Because the fact of the matter is that my wife, who I love and adore so damn much, she lives in the Philippines. Why do they keep turning green like that? Are you getting poisoned for some shit? Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, I think that might be my Bond music. But, oh, that's not good. Oh, did get him, sweet. Oh, you asshole. But, yeah, my wife was being nice to her, you know, she's pretty much telling her, it's like, yeah, I want to be friends with you, you know, I want us to get along, you know, and she even said she wants to get along for Noah's sake. She wants to get along with my ex for Noah's sake, because she wants Noah not just to have one mom, he wants him to have both his moms. Her and my ex. And I mean, that right there is a good thing. That makes her a good woman, because she's not thinking about, you know, her own feelings. And this is the thing also, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be with a person, a new boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife, they have an issue with you interacting with your ex for your children's sake, okay? If you're with someone and they're sitting there going, oh, well, I don't want you talking to them because, you know, it's still your ex, and I don't want you talking to your ex because I don't want you getting back with your ex. Some stupid shit like that, okay? And this right here, this advice right here specifically, if you're the stepmom, or you're the stepdad, or you're the boyfriend or girlfriend who's now with the guy or girl who is raising the child and having to deal with their ex, don't be a dumbass and tell them not to talk to their ex or not to talk to their kids. Because, put it this way, if it was me and my wife came to me and said, you know what, it's either me or, you know, or her, it's like, what do you mean? It's like, I have to deal with her because of my son. I don't want to deal with her any other fucking time. She don't talk to me, she don't deal with me. And that's also what you should do. Okay? Except for certain conversations that both adults need to have when it deals with the child. But all you should do is, okay, hey, I'm going to call in 5 minutes. Okay. That's what you respond back to. And then when they call, you answer it, you give the phone to your child. Well, mainly considering my child's 5. You know, I'm just going off by the fact that my son's underage. He can't just, you know, I can't just hand him a phone and go, oh, and he starts talking to his mom. But you can't be with someone and you can't treat someone and tell them, you know, they can't interact with their ex because the fact they have to. When there's children involved, the two people have to interact with each other for the child's sake. Because it's not fair that the child don't have mom or dad in their life. If they're, and especially if they're actually a decent person. If they're a decent person, they don't do anything bad, and I mean like horribly bad. They're not a heavy-duty drug addict. They're not alcoholic. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You should let them interact with their mom or dad. You know, and here's the other thing. Okay, in my personal opinion, I have no problem having my ex around with my fucking wife, but I already know my ex is one of those women who would not tolerate that, because she's already told me that if she's anywhere near my wife, she's gonna go off on her, which I will find funny as shit, because then I'll get in her face and I'll make sure that she remembers exactly why she didn't fuck with me. Because I don't deal with anyone's shit. I ain't gonna touch her or anything, but I can tell you this much. I'll definitely make it to where her life in the town that she lives, because she forgets that I'm from that town, quite literally, the town she lives in, she's not from. She was never born in. I was born in that town. I was raised in that town. I have so many friends in that town, if I really, 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 really wanted to ruin her life, I can just spread the word to that town. And it's a highly heavy duty, like, retirement town. So the majority of the people who live there are all churchgoers and stuff. And she goes to church. So all I have to do is just find out which church she goes to. And this is immature, what I'm saying. I'm saying don't do this. But I can go to the church that she goes to, tell every single person there that she hasn't had anything to do with her son. She hardly calls him. She hardly talks to him. When she does talk to him, it's for about 2 minutes. I think the max amount of time that she talked to him is about 3.5 minutes now. Which is ridiculous. Me, I wouldn't want to put the phone down. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you want your ex to be tolerable and accepting of whoever you're with, you have to be accepting of the same shit. You cannot be selfish. Even after the fact that you're no longer together. Okay? It don't work that way. Because guess fucking what? It's not about you at all. It's about the little one that you're raising. Plain and simple. So always keep that in mind. Okay? Now, that's what makes it really hard to deal with my ex. Because, you know, I've tried everything in my power to be peaceful. I've tried everything in my power to be nice. I've done whatever I could to try to get her to understand, though, that, you know, she needs to interact, spend time, and do stuff with her son before I actually even think or consider on going back down to where we lived and take him down there to see her. Not to mention, I've already talked to lawyers and everything, and they've said if she actually wants to see him as bad as she claims, then she would save up the money, buy a plane ticket, and come up here and see him. They've also said she would actually be sending money regularly and constantly to help raise our child, seeing that she's not here. Because when she left abruptly, because that's what she did, she left abruptly. She didn't give me no warning that, you know, there's issues or anything. Nope. Valentine's Day, she decided to tell me. Valentine's Day, dead fucking serious. Decides to tell me, yeah, you know, I'm cheating on you. You know, I have someone else, and I'm saying it in a nice way right now. The way I'm saying it is nice compared to what she was fucking saying to me and how she was acting and everything else. But it was just, you know, fucked up because a year before that, my great grandma died on Valentine's Day. So it's like, you know, that's fucked up. And she knew that too. She knew that my great grandma died 2 years ago now on Valentine's Day. It was like fucked up. Like, really? And to find out that, you know, you're not only you're cheating on me, but you have plans of leaving. And then she demanded that I buy her a fucking plane ticket so that she can go down there and be with that new dude. It's like, what? Wait, you want me to spend the money that we have to help our son and buy food for our son and everything so that you can go be with a new dude? It's like, why didn't he buy you a plane ticket? You know, why didn't he fucking do all this shit? And she kept asking me for help as if I was supposed to be helping her and doing shit for her. It's like, no, you literally just told me you fucking were cheating on me and you didn't want to be with me no more. So there's no way in fucking hell I'm helping you. What the fuck's wrong with you? And like literally, from the 14th all the way up until she actually left, it was complete and total fucking hell in this household. She was mean to me. She's mean to my friend Mikey, who's living here temporarily for a while. She's being mean to our son. She's just being outright just mean to everybody. And, you know, when you choose, like I said earlier in the video, when you choose to leave, you don't get the right to demand nothing of anybody at all. Now, the funny part is, I've already told her more than once that legally, I don't have to fucking let her talk to him. I don't have to. One, she isn't stable. She moves from place to place to place. Ever since she's been gone, she's moved at least 6 times. 6 to 7 times, at least. And she moved again just recently that she told me about because her and her boyfriend had to move because of drama. And that's just the thing right there. She's always enveloped in drama. The same amount of times that she's moved, she's traded phones. She's changed phone numbers or whatever. And she always buys those Go phones. So if you know what a Go phone is or how a Go phone works, then you know that every single time you get a Go phone, right, you're not just buying a Go phone. You have to buy the activation fee for the phone. So this is what she's doing every single time that she's gone and fucking traded and got a new number. Not a new phone per se, but new number. Is she goes out to the store, right down the road from where she lives. She purchases a phone for like, I'd say between $45 to $60. I don't really know if they have Go phones for more than that. They might. But, $45 to $60 plus activation fee, which is $45 to $60. And I know her, she has the $60 plan. So, 60 and 60 makes 120. Okay? So 120 times 7. At least. That's how much money she's wasted on herself. Just buying phones. Literally, just buying phones. And she sits there and tells me, that she needs help with buying school pictures because she didn't have any money for school pictures. She refuses to send money here for him because of that. It's like, what the fuck? I don't understand that. I've had the same phone for like 2 to 3 years. Like, as soon as me and her moved here, I got a new phone because I had to, because I needed to get a phone that worked in the state. After that, I had the same phone the entire time, all the way up until it broke, like 2 months ago or a month ago. I don't like trading phones. I like having the same phone continuously the entire time. I hate trading phones. And the fact that, she's gone through that many phones that quickly already, and she's only been gone for about fucking 9 to 10 months, I'm just like, what in the fuck? And I go, all that money that she's wasted doing that, she could have fucking been doing other stuff. She could have been, doing stuff for her son.
I'll rally the troops.
Yeah, go ahead and bring the troops, you dumb shit. Sweet, that guy.
Hey. Die.
But
right there.
It's just maddening. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest that it is really hard to deal with your ex. Now, some people, they don't have to deal with them because I wouldn't say they're lucky that their ex is like such a piece of shit that they can legally have them, have a restraining order put on them and shit. Technically, I could do that in the state I reside in, considering she's an abandonment parent. To teach her a lesson, I could actually put a restraining order on her for about 10 years and not let her have anything to do with him. Meaning she can't send him birthday cards. She couldn't have anything to do with him whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to do that because it's fucked up. But at the same time, it's like, she needs to understand that I'm not going to go out of my way. I'm not going to bend myself backwards for her at all. It's not my job to do so anymore. That's someone else's job. Her new guy's job. My job now is to go, get married to my wife, take care of our son, start a new family, get my wife up here, and move the fuck out of this house and start building my own house. This is my whole goal. That's why I moved up to Alaska. And my ex knew that, and that was one of the reasons why she left me. Quite literally. She even told me so. It's funny, she's all yelling at me, "Oh, you want to go move out in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere?" It's like, we're not going to be in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Will we be on about 10 to 15 acres of our own land that we own that no one can step foot on? And if they do, I can shoot them dead? Okay. You don't want to live in a house that's our house that we don't have to pay somebody rent? Okay. You want to be mad at me and unaccepting of the fact that I've told you this, that this is what I want, this is why I'm moving to Alaska. I have no other reason to move to Alaska other than the fact that I can buy land and build a house. That's what I'm gonna do, damn it. I don't care if it takes me 30, 40 years. I'm gonna build a fucking house. I'm gonna die in my house. The house I build, I'm gonna die in. Plain and simple. I'm gonna grow old and die in that fucker. Now, with her knowing all that, her to get pissed off, it's like, come on now. Come on now. Now, that was just one of many reasons why she didn't want to be with me no more. Which I still found quite funny. Because it's like, come on, you knew what I was going to do. You knew what my lifestyle was. You know, you knew how I wanted to live. And she was all acting as if she's like, oh, I want internet. It's like, you know, there's people who live remotely who have internet. You can buy a Wi-Fi tower that you can have erected in on your property that picks up signals. Boom. And all you have to do is just have a company come out and hook up their equipment to your Wi-Fi tower. Holy shit! And that's like $10,000, I think, or less. It's like between 5 to 10 for the tower and hookup. I mean, come on now. And then you have your own Wi-Fi, your own internet connection that you don't have to deal with like slow internet because maybe someone's fucking with your shit. Maybe like your neighbors, like maybe your neighbors' kids were fucking around, they hit your house, knocked your wires off your house, which have happened to me a couple times. Stupid assholes. But you know, dealing with your exes is always hard. Dealing with your exes is always annoying. It's never fun. Unless you actually have that peaceful, nice ex who like, you know, I don't know, which is very rare. And if they are very nice to you, it's probably because they want dick or pussy. You never know. Especially in this fucking day and age. But, yeah. And, you know, even if you don't want to be the peaceful one, it makes you look good. And, you know, what I mean by look good is if court ever came to play and they tried to take your ass to court and you can prove via text message, because when you go to court you can actually get a court-ordered piece of paper, take it to your cell phone provider, and they will give you every single text message that specific number that you required and requested has sent you. And then you just give that to the courts and have fun. You know what I mean? And it's better to actually be peaceful with them, so that way they can't be a fucking piece of shit. And go, oh, well, he or she mistreated me, he or she did this, he or she did that, yada, yada, yada. You know, you can go and pull out the thing and say, oh, I do, really? Oh, really now? Okay. Well, I think this message here that you sent me would be quite contradictory to what you just said. Send that to, show that to the judge, and the judge goes, oh. And they're like, looking at them and going, really? So you're gonna paint them as if they're the bad guys, when technically you're the bad guy? Oh no, 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 no. So, you know, always cover your ass. And you know, if you do cuss at them, don't think it's gonna be like the end of the world. But one thing you never want to do ever is threaten them. Don't do that. That's stupid. That's straight stupid. Be as peaceful as you want, but you know, at the same time, don't take no shit. really hard to like kind of like meter and control how well you do it. Are those all Sobek or are they? Nope, they're pissed off. Oh shit! I knew there was one more. Get away, little bitch. But it don't matter if people are saying that you're being too passive with them. You know what? It's better you to be passive and let them fucking say and do whatever the hell they're doing. Because then, like I said, when court comes up, they won't be able to fight the fucking evidence you got of their immaturity and the way they were acting and treating you and treating your child and everything else. Now, like I said, the majority of all this information I'm giving is mainly for people who are dealing with their exes because, you know, they have kids. I don't know very many people, or have known very many people who still talk to their exes, you know, after they break up. Not many people do that. And usually if they do, it's mainly because of cheating or fucking whatever, but hey, I really don't give a shit. But, you know, dealing with your exes is never fun. Not gonna lie on that one, except for like on a very rare few occasions when you actually do get lucky to have that one ex who's happy that you're happy, who's happy that you have somebody, who's happy that that somebody's an actual good person, which, you know, that shows a high level of maturity. If you're able to find, if there's a dude or chick out there who is like that, they're accepting of the fact that you're happy, they're accepting of the fact that you're with someone else, and, you know, the person you're with is a good person, and they have no problem with that person being stepmom or stepdad and shit like that, definitely be nice to that person. Don't be a piece of shit and, you know, give them hell for, you know, their lifestyle, for them being with someone else. If that someone else is a good person, you know, shit, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what I'm dealing with right now. It's like, it's fucking impossible to let my ex be anywhere near my wife. So, and I'm gonna tell her, it's like, you do realize when I do finally come down to California, it's not gonna be to come down and, you know, fucking, you know, let you hang out with our son. No, fuck that shit. I'm coming down to, you know, one, so that my wife can meet my other parts of my family who still live in that town, so that my son can see my grandma, my brothers, and everybody there who still live there, and so that he can see his mom. But the thing is, I'm going to make sure that I have my wife with me before I do that. Because, I mean, I don't want to go down there, be down there, and then, you know, something happen to the point to where my wife gets upset at me, which I highly doubt she would do that. But at the same time, you know, you never know with certain things happening. You never know with, like, certain reactions of certain people when it happens, too. Because I'm not gonna lie, my wife is a very, very, very jealous woman. She's a lot like I am. She's like a female version of me. That's why it's like, you know, I don't want to go down there without her being with me. Because it's already going to cost me a pretty penny to go down to the Philippines, spend some time down there, get married, spend some time with my wife and the family down there. And I mean, I want to take our son with me, because she and the family wants to see him. He wants to go. And that's something that my ex isn't understanding, is the fact that our son wants to go down there. She's like, oh, well, I don't want you taking him down there with you. It's like, it's not even about what you want, Stacy. It literally isn't. It's about what he wants. And if he wants to go, he wants to go. I'm not going to tell him no. Why should I tell him no to make you happy? I love doing this. I mean, it's not my job to focus on her happiness no more. Matter of fact, it's my job to focus on my wife's happiness, my son's happiness, and mine. And damn straight, that's what I'm gonna fucking do. Those are the people I'm gonna focus on and focus on the most. Unlike her, I know what my priorities are, and I know who I want and who I want to take care of. And that's my wife, her family, everybody. It's always going to be that way, too. That's why it's like, that and, another thing that you have to be careful with, and this just popped in my head because this is also something my ex did just recently, too, and it really, 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 really pissed me off. I mean, like, really pissed me the fuck off. To the point where I did cuss at her. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's what I said to her. Because she sat there and messaged my wife, told my wife that I was lying to her, that I was never going to go down there, and a whole lot of other kind of shit. Right? And it's like, what the fuck? Now, my wife didn't believe her or anything else, but it still pissed me off that, my ex deliberately tried to get it to where my wife would get upset at me and try to break up with me. It's like, are you freaking serious? It's like, you literally decided to go behind my back and start talking to my fucking wife. It's like, oh, hell no. You don't see me messaging your new boyfriend and telling him exactly how you are, how as soon as you get upset at them just a little bit, you're already talking to someone else. How if you're pissed off, you're going to do one to two fucking things. Start talking to someone else, flirting with someone else, and doing that shit, or you're throwing and hitting them with shit. She's throwing coffee cups at me, she's pushed me downstairs. I ain't gonna fucking lie, she's an evil bitch. Which is exactly why I am gonna take her to court. That's something she's not understanding. I am taking her to court for full fucking custody. I'm not giving her custody of our son. I'm not giving her partial custody. I'm not giving her visitation rights. I'm having full custody of our son. He ain't going fucking anywhere. He's going to reside and be around anywhere I deem. There's no way I'm going to let him go into the town unsupervised where we came from. Because where we came from, there's an overabundance of drug addicts, drug dealers, rapists, pedophiles, and shit like that. And I refuse. I utterly refuse to let my son be put into a situation to where something bad happens to him. Now, yes, that kind of stuff can happen anywhere and everywhere in the world. But, at least here, at least around with me, I know I can protect him. His mother, on the other hand, not so fucking much. It was cool. But, like, literally, that's what pissed me off. And I even told her, it's like, you're deliberately trying to fucking ruin my life. You do know, that right there legally gives me ramifications to fucking keep you from having anything to do with our son. Because now you're trying to deliberately fuck with my happiness. You're deliberately fucking with my happiness. And I'll play that game. I sacrificed so much shit to make that evil bitch happy, but yet she is now trying to deliberately fuck my happiness over now that I'm actually legitimately happy. Like 100%, I'm actually happy. But yet she's gonna sit there and try to ruin it because she's not happy. Oh well, fuck that. I don't give a fuck if you're not happy. I don't give a fuck if you miss our son. You deliberately chose to leave. That was your adult physical choice to leave. And I'm not gonna sit there and baby you. I don't do that shit.
The God saves me.
Is this where bodies are delivered?
Yes. This is the gate to the Ibu.
Huh, this must be like a mission or something.
The dead are brought here by their families. Then we wash them with tears wept by the gods at the death of Osiris. Or maybe just water. Hard to say.
How old are the bodies of the dead when you get them?
A few days along. The families don't bring them right away so that we aren't tempted to defile them.
That's
I can
gross.
see why they chose you to welcome the bereaved.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
What do you...
Yes, I know. You want to learn what I do here. I wash the bodies of the dead. It's a job. Been doing it for 10 years now.
Tell me a few
But
more
then you know.
details of your work.
Fine. After being washed in palm wine, its cavity is stuffed with myrrh and cassia bark.
How can I still hear him?
Want to know more? Read Herodotus instead of pestering me.
The father of lies. I hear he is overrated.
Be as peaceful and passive as possible, but don't bend over backwards for their asses. Anything they wouldn't do for you, definitely don't do for them. Screw that. But yeah, I was actually even telling her, it's like, you know, I'm gonna take you to court because, you know, you just move around too much. You know, you're not stable. You keep changing boyfriends. You know, the fact of the matter is, you know, if you get such and such money, because she gets over $100 a month. Okay. Every month she easily gets that much because she's on SSI. Now, the thing is, if she's capable of getting, if she's able to get that much money every month, but yet doesn't help, I don't have any reason to let her have anything to do with my son. But anyways, that's it for my video. I hope everyone enjoys it. I hope everyone has a great day, great night, great evening, all that great shit. You know exactly what I mean. Catch me for the next one. Later, guys.